I don't think I have to remind you folks how much trouble our nation is in currently under the Biden regime. You're living it every day. In fact, just out today, look at this headline. Gas prices hit another nationwide high, $4.62 a gallon. We're paying about $6.50 out here in California. This news comes out as Biden drops an op-ed on inflation. What? Like he understands what's going on and like he knows how to get a handle on it. The op-ed reads, "My plan for fighting inflation. I won't meddle with the Fed, but I will tackle high prices while guiding the economy's transition to stable and steady growth." It goes on to blah, 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 pretty much blame Vladimir Putin for everything and say that he cares about what families are going through and yada, 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 yada. My, you know what. Here now to discuss the current state of our nation under the Biden regime, Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz. And there's so many crises to talk about. Matt, I know one you wanted to get to was immigration. We'll get there in a sec, but let's just talk about inflation. I mean, the gas prices are skyrocketing. Shelves are empty, not just of formula, but other issues. And yes, I know he acted on that, but there's still shortages of formula and all kinds of things across this country. And then he pens an op-ed like he knows what he's doing. I mean, there was another headline, Matt, that came out from NBC that said he doesn't have a clue that the White House is in shambles. He's upset with how the West Wing reacts when he says something. Like it's a mess over there.
Dan, he didn't write that any more than you wrote the Bible. Some staffer wrote that for him. And it's just so indicative of the Biden administration that they think the way to connect with the pain Americans feel when they can't find baby formula, when they can't pay for gas to get to work, when they continue to see the economy negatively affected by these decisions, that they're going to go drop an op-ed into the Wall Street Journal to show that they feel our pain. Here's the reason we have inflation. The Biden administration can't stop printing money. Our country needs a rescue from the American Rescue Plan that Joe Biden created. Even former Obama administration economists are saying that the American Rescue Plan was the driver of a lot of this inflation. It is compounding on people. And increasingly, you know what my Democrat colleagues in Congress are saying? They're not going to run on the economy. They're going to pretend that this horror that is affecting people's lives and careers and planning for the future just doesn't exist, and they're going to try to run on abortion on demand and gun control. And they believe that's what will reunite their coalition. I believe their coalition is shattered because people are looking at the amount of money in their bank accounts and how much it takes to fill up a tank of gas.
Do they not remember what the Ragin' Cajun told Bill Clinton back in the day, Mr. James Carville, the Democrat strategist of all time? It's the economy, stupid. At the end of the day, no matter what campaign you're running for, okay, you're running for mayor of a town with 1,000 people, they still care about what's happening in their town when it comes to the economy, or you're running the nation. The economy, the economy, the economy. Put that headline back up so Matt and I can read this. This is an interesting one, Matt, from NBC. It says, "Inside a Biden White House adrift. Amid a rolling series of calamities and sinking approval ratings, the president's feeling as of late is that he just can't catch a break. And that angst is rippling throughout his party." He can't catch a break?
Wait a second.
What?
Yeah, wait a second. The last guy they accused of being a Russian agent, impeached, went after his family, had his own staffers like trying to turn on him at any given moment. And what this guy's got to deal with are the consequences of his own policies that he pushed through while he had unified control over the government. Pardon me for not feeling sad for Joe Biden. I mean, I guess in some ways we pity him on his state of decline, but I don't feel bad for him as a president. I feel bad for the Americans who are working hard and wish that we had a country that was productive and successful and ambitious. The Biden administration is breaking all kinds of records, but it's the wrong records. It's the highest gas prices you've ever seen, the largest number of illegal aliens ever encountered at our border in America's history. Month over month, we're breaking records. And yet this guy's got record low approval ratings, lower than anything you saw from President Trump, because the American people understand that the guy does not have operational control over the border, over the safety of our communities, over the supply chain for our children and our babies and our formula, and certainly the economic conditions that we need to create for economic growth that we understood so well during the Trump administration.
Just a few seconds left, Matt, but I know you wanted to touch it. You guys put out a great video on your social media. It was kind of a compilation of Mayorkas lying and lying and lying for the last year about the border. We know 42 is going to remain in place for now, thanks to a brave judge, but we're still seeing maybe not the 18,000, we're seeing 10 to 12,000 a day. It's still ridiculous. What's the latest on that whole back and forth with Title 42 and this White House? How's it looking?
Well, I believe that there are people on the ground actively violating Title 42 now because they want to get ahead of the wave for the ultimate overturning of that critical authority. There's no reason for a single illegal alien to be released in our country. The Trump administration gave us Title 42, they gave us Remain in Mexico, and they gave us Safe Third Country. Those three tools would allow us to actually have a secure border, and they've turned it into a turnstile on purpose.
Yep. We've watched it unfold before our very eyes. Representing Florida's first, Congressman Matt Gaetz. Thank you, sir. Take care.
Thank you, Dan.
Yep.